You know I still love you. You know you still love me. You know I still love you. You know you still love me. You know I still love you, girl. You know you still love me. I don't wanna fall in love again. Cause every time you say you love me, girl, I know you just pretending. I think we should maybe just be friends. Even though I should stay, it might be the only way. She moved to Miami, found a job, now she about a girl. Yeah, she got a homegirl from Atlanta, she a stripper too. They both get that money, they not worried about what a nigga do. I can buy you one thing out this stove, but you not getting two. No, she ain't giving up her body unless you putting her through college. I can afford it at the moment, it ain't tricking cause I got it. If you treat her like a hoe, then she gon' see what's in that wallet. From these drugs I've been withdrawing, from this money I'm depositing. Fuck with your friends, thing. I see you need a oil change, girl, I fill up your gas tank. Put you in a condo, baby, know you like it better in this Lambo than that Honda, baby. We bout to move far away, don't even tell your mama, baby. Working during the winter, we gon' turn up in the summer, baby. I ignore what it was to only see what it can be. I pay for acrylic nails and I send you the plan B. I bet you a BBL and I pay for a plan B. Love you, that you love me. You know that I love you. I know that you love me. You know that I love you. Know that you love me. You know that I love you. You know that you love me. I don't wanna fall in love again. Cause every time you say you love me, girl, I know you just pretend. I think I should maybe just be friends. Even though I should stay, it might be the only way. She moved to Miami, found a job, now she about a girl. Yeah, she got a homegirl from Atlanta, she a stripper too. They both get that money, they not worried about what a nigga do. I can buy you one thing out this stove, but you not getting two. No, she not giving up her body unless you putting her through college. I can afford it at the moment, it ain't tricking cause I got it. If you treat her like a hoe, then she gon' see what's in that wallet. From these drugs I've been withdrawing, from these money I'm depositing. Fuck with your friends, thing. In a corner, girl, I feel on your gas tank. In a corner, know you get better in it. In that honor, baby. Ain't no need. It's one. I love you. You still love me.
Okay, man. Okay, another day, another beautiful day. Back around to a Friday. Why you want to act like that? Get your vision right. What is the word? It's another day. And it's a Friday. Let me share this out a little bit. Let's get this thing started. Happy Friday. Pat, what's up, man? It's DCB Ray. Right there. DCB Ray. You feel me? Today it is DCB Ray. What's going on, Pat? Appreciate you for jumping in. Chris, appreciate you for jumping in. Thank you again for having me on your platform today, man. I appreciate that a lot. I had fun this morning, Chris. Thank you. And Aspen, shout out to Aspen. She up in here. Mrs. Fiona. How everybody doing today, though? Kayla, how you doing? Shout out to you. Where you from? Pat from the Big M. Chris, you from the Big M too, right? Shout out to the Big M. Fifi from the Little M. Kayla, Oklahoma. My boy Brandon. Shout out to Maryland. Very knowledgeable guy. Gotta give you that. Hey Pat, thank you, man. I'll tell you this, brother. I am a work in progress, and I'm still learning. I'm still learning. You know what I mean? I don't know it all, man. So, but the little bit that I do know, I'm willing to share it, man. So I appreciate you. Appreciate you. Brian Trammell, my boy, he tapping in from Indianapolis, I believe. Right, right. I try to remember everybody, everything. Right? Am I correct, B? Indianapolis, right? Luga line. Shout out to everybody, man. I really appreciate y'all for tapping in, man. Late as you just now knowing. What am I just knowing, Fee? Yeah, Indianapolis. Word. Man, y'all do me a favor, man. Y'all give me a like, heart. Y'all ain't gotta share it. You know, you don't have to mess up your personal algorithm. But give me a like, give me a share. That helps too, man. It goes out a little bit. But today, yo, I kind of wanna talk about a little bit of what I discussed talking to Pat. Reading is fundamental. Well, I mean, I did read it late as you just now knowing. I did read it. I can't see who what it's responding to. But anyway, shout out to Josh Kramer, man. Appreciate you for tapping in. Where you located at, Josh? Josh. That's familiar. Are you out of Oklahoma too? I believe so. I don't know. But anyways, what I was gonna say, I kind of want to pick up on a little bit of what I discussed today with um with Chris. With Chris. Detroit. Oh, I'm sorry, man. I apologize. Shout out to Detroit, bro. Detroit in the building. It's probably already cold up there. I appreciate you for tapping in, though, man. I apologize. I messed it up a little bit, but uh, I just want to talk about a little bit more like the genetic side of things and the breeding. You know, like the peds is cool, right? We line it up, but you know, like what's really deeper than the ped, right? Is 85 degrees. That's beautiful. Actually, that's beautiful. That's kind of same kind of weather we got right here right now. I'm in Virginia, so yeah, that's beautiful, man. You know, the dogs love to be outside in that weather. Uh, yeah. But furthermore, I want to talk about homozygous and heterozygous traits. That's what I'm talking about. Like you're doing breeding, you're breeding for homozygous and heterozygous, right? So let's get into that a little bit. Let me bring something up for y'all. We frozen. My screen is froze. Okay, it's back. I want to share my screen with y'all. All right. Definitely still gonna tap in with you. Definitely gonna tap in with you for sure. Just gotta get baby girl together for school since. B, yeah, B, you good, B. We definitely gonna catch up, man. You right up the road. You and Merlin. No matter how much you study the pairs, you still gotta breed the dog in front of you. Yeah, absolutely. The dog in front of you never goes away, bro. You must got your hair tied down. Who are you tonight, Ray? Okay, I'm done. Why I gotta deal with that, man? Oh man. Yeah, I'm frozen, right? I just now noticed it too. It just now popped back up. I can't explain that, but I did. The automatic timer on my garage is linked to my internet, so that just closed itself. I hope that was the issue and it don't happen again. But yeah. These comments still coming. Fifi got jokes. The hair tied down. I guess it is. I'm frozen. James Brown shit going on. James Brown. Oh man. I don't feel like fucking with y'all tonight, man. I don't even want to joke with y'all tonight. I can't handle it. Y'all win. Y'all win. Now let's fucking goddamn focus, man. Look, we're gonna get to some other shit. Right? Let me share the screen. I'm telling y'all now, this shit gonna be boring. So if y'all wanna go do something fun, go do something fucking fun. But we gonna get into some science of it tonight. That's what I want to do. Yeah, y'all win, bro. It's too many of y'all in the comments. I can't keep up with that shit. Y'all got it. Y'all got it, man. So Chris, when I was talking to Chris, he reminded me of something when I was having a conversation with him about homozygous, heterozygous, right? And hybrid vigor, bro. We had a conversation. Y'all not gonna like this, right? This shit gonna feel real educational. But that's what I feel like doing today. I feel like talking about this. Homozygous means having two identical versions of a gene, one inherited from each parent. In contrast, heterozygous means having two different versions of a gene. All right, man. That shit sounds complicated, probably, right? But it's not. It's really not. Um, Long story short, man. Homozygous and homo. Let me read this shit. Is it now we good? No, we good. Where we at? Homo, same, hetero, different. With my magnified glass. Oh man, I don't know how small it looks to y'all because I'm looking at it on the screen, so that's why I read it. But bro, like homozygous is consistency. Like if we can break it down to a word, homozygous is consistency. Heterozygous is inconsistency, right? You're gonna get multiple variations with heterozygous. Um, a easy way to explain it would be a F1 breeding, right? A F1 breeding. Say you took a pit bull and you took an American bully and you bred them together, you're gonna get heterozygous offsprings. You're gonna get some looking like pit bull. You're gonna get some looking like a bulldog. You're gonna get some that has a blend of the two. You're not gonna get consistency, right? That's gonna be heterozygous. You take your F1s, say you did it again, and you had another heterozygous. You take those F1s, you breed them together. Those F1s give you what's called the F2. Now your F2 is going to give you even more diversity, even more heterozygous. But with that comes something called hybrid vigor. Hybrid vigor. Okay, let me see. Never mind. You basically just answered as I was typing. So will a scatterbred bed pet? Yeah, yeah, absolutely. A scatterbred pet. Let me bring these questions up. Will a scatterbred pet give you hetero? Yes. Mm-hmm. Yep. So you got to think of it in a different sense, though, right? Because if you're working with a purebred dog, you're not as hetero as doing a total F1 breeding with two different dogs, where you're going to see two different breeds coming out in the offspring. Then we all working with American bullies and we're scattering dogs. Yeah, you're going to get heterozygous traits, but it's going to be consistency in some form because the dogs are the same. But you're going to be pulling from four different grandparents type of thing, right? But eventually you get to what's homozygous. And all breedings should be aiming for that. And that's the same thing as trying to create a line where you are consistently producing the same thing, which is a homozygous. I'm sorry. Yeah, a homozygous look. That should be the goal, right? I would assume. But even if you don't even want your own line, you still want to produce consistency. And when you are having heterozygous breedings, eventually you're gonna want to create consistency. So that's a long way of saying, hey, this is why we line breed. But who wants to have that long ass conversation to say, hey man, line breed gives you consistency. Like we can easily say that, but if you get into it and you say, why are we line breeding? How does it create consistency? You're eventually creating a homozygous trait throughout your breeding, which is going to give you consistency because we're pulling from less and less dogs. The COI goes up, that percentage. Like if you got a percentage in the pedigree, 1%, 2%, 3%, you're going to have a chance to pull from that, right? All your dogs are going to have a chance to pull from those genes. Every dog, 2 alleles. You're going to get a dominant, you're going to get a recessive trait. Your genotype is going to be what doesn't show, and your phenotype is going to be what you can visualize, right? So just because your dog looks this way, it's still carrying genotype that it can produce. So if I see a bull in front of me, but it has recessive traits in its alleles to be more pit bull terrier like, it can still produce that. It can still produce that. So we want to eventually create homozygous traits where we have bulls in both alleles, the dominant allele and the recessive allele, so that no matter what, even the recessive traits produces phenotype that we want. And again, phenotype is the stuff that we can visualize, right? So we got to understand heterozygous, homozygous, the difference, and why both are important, because outcross and having heterozygous dogs are important too because of hybrid vigor. Hybrid vigor brings health. Hybrid vigor brings robustness, longevity, variations in the gene pool. So it's not always a line breed thing. We still want different bloods, different health. We want to weed out genetic diseases, disabilities, abnormalities. So when we start to line breed, we also line breed the bad with the good, right? And when we outcross, we start to diminish some of those characteristics and traits. So outcrossing is important too. So yeah, let me look up. I'm sorry, some comments, so I'll go back. That's why all the doodles are train wrecks. If you're buying an F1 doodle, then yeah, you're gonna get a train wreck. That's like a labradoodle, right? That's what they're called, like a Labrador and a poodle. If you're buying an F1, then you probably would get a train wreck. That's directly a Labrador and directly a poodle. You're gonna get a mix. So those people should have took that F1. They should have did another breeding. They should have 2 F1s. They should breed the best F1s from here to the best F1s from there to create an F2. And then once they have that F2, let's say that F2 looks more like Labrador and they want more of a poodle look, you take that F2, you breed it back to the original poodle. And now you're starting to create what's called like an inbred F2. And now you're getting more of that poodle look, but you also have some of those Labrador traits that you were trying to have. Or if you're going for the Labrador look, the poodle hair, you got to pick the right dogs. But once you start the F2 down, you got to go back to line breed no matter what, because you're going to need some type of consistency. But now you're mixing a Labrador with the poodle. The combination of that dog is more than likely going to be healthier than the singular of each breed. So that's the hybrid vigor. I'm here. Let me finally try to understand PedTalks. Hey, appreciate you for dropping in, tapping in from Milwaukee, right? Consistency is the key to the dog game. Yes, it is. Consistency is the key. Health is the key. I mean, health probably more important than consistency if we're talking longevity. So if you're going to add the sauce, add it early. Yeah, they already added the sauce for us, right? Like they say, we got Bulldog in here, so that shit probably been in here a way long time ago. You just did an F1 breeding, Melissa. Talk to me about that if that's what you mean. If you did an F1 breeding, that's interesting. I like to see how that go. I like to help you with it. I'm interested in F1s. I never did it. Amir, what up? Tapping in from Vegas, my boy. I appreciate you. Hey, we got some hey sisters going on here. We got some haze. They've crossed everything with poodles now, and there's still no consistency anywhere. They're selling F1s, and when you get those F1s and you breed those F1s, you still not about to even know what you get once you breed it because there is no consistency. The line is not stabilized. You have to stabilize genetics before you sell them to the public. Like that's something you have to do. And it's just not happening. It's not happening with a lot of things. You buying F1 doodles and whatever, and you breed them to another doodle and you still get Labradors. That's it's just not fair, right? I'll send an article, but mutts are not healthier than purebreds. Okay, yeah, I'll definitely be interested in looking that up, considering that the purebred is is a healthy is already a healthy breed, right? You got pit bulls, they live an average of 13 years. So that's a pretty healthy dog, right? Just considering the fact. I'm definitely interested in that. Please send it to me, Brandy, DCB Ray Wilson on Facebook. I like to read. We can get into it. Bayou Bullies, Timbo, he is tapping in out of Louisiana. Shout out to you, Timbo. Appreciate you for tapping in. Man, this is my boy Casper. Oh, what you tapping in? Indiana? Shout out to Indiana, right? Line breeding and solely solidify traits you want from the specific blood, right? Lock that shit in so you can have a better idea of what you get in instead of just doing whatever the fuck you want. Hybrid vigor only really happens when you cross different species such as wolf and dog, horse and donkey. Whoa. Okay, if you're telling me something, then I'm gonna definitely look into that. And I definitely know you get well, I'm gonna look into it, but yeah, my understanding you get hybrid vigor as well from like a F from F1 breedings, period. Like across the board. Even with plants, you get hybrid vigor with just breeding F1 with different plant genetics too. So, F1 as a whole is supposed to produce hybrid vigor. But once again, let me know what you know, Brandy. I love to look it up. Oh God. F1 is like a first breeding. Normally F1s is used for mixing breeds, mixing different genetics together, like two different types of dog breeds. If you take a bulldog and mix it with a pit bull, that what comes out of that would be considered a F1. Bone, what's up, man? Virginia, all day. This is my boy, Virginia. Brandy, where you from, Brandy? I don't know where you from. Let us know where you from. I appreciate you tapping in. Cavapools, yeah, that's a cavalier, and a poodle. They look like toy teddy bears, right? They super cute, but whoever breed them Cavapools, you ain't going. They probably have a litter of 8, and only one of them end up looking like that teddy bear thing that you want. What's an F1? Yeah. I think I just answered that question. If you wasn't on F1, you breed two different at the same time, two different breeds, and the offspring of two different breeds was considered as a F1, right? Yeah, first generation. Casper said first generation. People don't know when to sell as pet home. That's a problem for every breed. Mm, F1 should be like pet homes, right? In my opinion, F1 should be pet homes. F1s are experiments. You haven't solidified that gene pool. The genetics, they're still wild. So, I don't think, F1 should be something that you really sell. Even when you get into your own program and you working with, let's say, American Bullies, and you have a female you bought from somebody, you don't know much about where the female came from. Then you breed to a stud that you like, and you also don't know much about what's behind him. And you breed your female to a stud that you don't know. That's not too far off to me from an F1. That's your program's F1, first generation. Maybe you should probably keep some dogs and see what direction you're going in. Maybe. Just my opinion. First generation. Oh man, shout out to my boy Ant. He tapping in, man, on this corny ass shit that I'm talking about. I appreciate him tapping in, man. Sometimes the conversation just be over people's head. They can't catch it. They make comments like this. But shout out to the living room, man. Y'all tap in with the living room, man. They talk about stuff that's a little less complicated. If you want some basic shit that ain't gonna help your program grow, tap in with the living room. Not corny over there. Shout out to my boy Joel. Alwyn, man, he just did an amazing show. I appreciate you, bro, for tapping in. He out of Virginia, by way of Florida, by way of Rhode Island, man. Appreciate you. Appreciate you. Everybody experiment. We got to stop putting the bear resorts and breeders' homes. Yeah, it's really that simple. Shout out. It's just okay, Brandy. I appreciate you for tapping in. First one. Got it. Appreciate it, man. Hey, thank you for tapping in too, Philip, man. Bro, condolences to you and your family on the loss of your dog, man. Cowboy, a legend. So, you ain't say too much about it. So, I seen you got into it back and forth with somebody who was disrespectful. You was right. You was like, half the community, no, you just disrespectful. I was like, I dare hear some rumblings about that, but shit, it didn't come out of your mouth, right? So hey. But anyways, man, condolences to you. I wish you well moving forward. I seen Tombstone. You're gonna be going in the right direction, man. Pet home F1s, keep the best quality of those and keep moving forward to your F2, right? I think you should probably be like toward an F4 maybe before you start thinking about really trying to sell some stuff. And then you should already be like breeding them F4s to see the result. But you should see a whole lot more consistency from an F4 than you would be dealing with an F1 style of a breeding. I was an animal science major, took a few repro classes. Nowadays, I just like to read a lot. Oh, that's good. Hell yeah, let's talk. I like to pick brains and I like to learn more. A lot of the breeding stuff that I picked up on lately it's been coming from plant genetics. And I go and I look at the dogs and I'm like, man, breeding is breeding, right? You're still working with two alleles no matter which way you go. So, I like it. I like it. So yeah, let's do something. Let's do something. Ray. Hey, yeah. Ray, you professional. I like your remark. Hey, that's my boy. No. He know it's all fun and games, man. My boy, and he like to take shots at me. I like to take shots at him, but we definitely support each other, man. We just like to fuck around like that, man. Shots fired. Yeah, he got a more open platform where it's talk. I go in there, I tell him his show some bullshit because they don't talk about dogs. They like to talk anything but dogs. And it's just cool banter. At the end of the day, man, he a real good dude. I just like to throw shots at him. He peoples, he family for real. Why you going on that dude platform? You see what I'm saying? Damn, I took it too far. He know we good though. He know we good. Ain't nothing serious, man. Yeah. Pat understand. It's a joke. It's a joke. Chewy, man. What's up, Chewy, man? Shout out to you. Appreciate you for tapping in. Chewy, where you from, bro? Where you from? Philip, where you from? If you still in here, where you from? Man, my God, Trey Diaz. Man, Trey Diaz. Do me a favor, bro. Let people know about the show that's going on tomorrow, man. And write that in the comments so I can put that up on the screen. It's a show going down in Richmond, VA tomorrow. I don't know the name of it. I don't know who the host is either, but I just know it's in Richmond. My boy Trey told me to pop out. I'm gonna pop out tomorrow. Shout out to Texas. Oh, Texas, that's a big one right there, man. Shout out. I don't really too much have much to say, man. And today I really don't feel like doing a pet talk. I just wanted to tap in with y'all. And man, just kind of talk about how I kind of see the game going in. A lot of people selling dogs and selling genetics that they don't really understand. People willing to let go like first picks and stuff and you still building. It's like how valuable is a first pick to you? Like you feel like you can make it again? You feel like you can make it again. Like I thought about this. Genetics express itself, right? And Brandy, if you're still on here, right? Um, tell me how you feel about this. Like genetics express itself in a thousand, millions of different combinations, right? Thousands for sure. And we only can have 8 puppies at a time. That's not it. That's not it. What we just seen, I'm just throwing a number out there. 8 puppies out of litter. It's 1,000 different variations that exist of that male being bred to your female. So you do that 8, you only got 8. You still combinations you never seen before. Do you really think it's valuable to sell your first pick? What's the reason for that? I can never see me doing that. Bullies and Dreamers, Beauty and the Beast American Bully Fun Show, Richmond, Virginia. That's tomorrow. The Trey Diaz B-Day Bash also. For sure. I'm in there, bro. I'm in there. Tell me how y'all feel about that, man. Do y'all feel like breeding it once? Like when I learned about it, I said, man, it kind of changed my mind about breeding too. Doing a repeat breeding, right? Doing a repeat breeding. It kind of changed my mind. I know it's common for people to say that you will never get the same results you got from the first breeding. And they're right. You probably more than likely you're not going to get the same results. But you can get better. You can get worse. You can do that breeding probably 10 times and you will never produce the same dog again. But it changed my idea and my mindset on, damn, you breed to a dog once and that's it. Now that I know it's like thousands of different combinations and ways that these genes can present itself, we'll never be able to see them all. I just kind of feel like maybe we should breed the dogs multiple times. I'm talking the same mama to the same dad. But that's just me thinking outside of the box. Nobody says stuff like that. I do. I do. And then, it's not popular. So half of the time, some of the stuff that be running through my mind, I don't even know if I be wanting to share it with the community because y'all gonna ostracize me and say I'm crazy when really the science supports it. I'm still building, so I don't mind keeping pups until they're 6 months before I pick or even co-owning a few until I get to where I want to be. Fact. It would be good to see you, bro. Feel like it's been forever, my guy. Man, I don't think I've seen you, bro, since I first moved. Bro, it's been over a year for sure. We definitely gonna catch up. Sister, sister. That's what that reminds me of. Smart guy, right? Taj Mahal. I have a female Yorkie bred to my stud. First litter was trash, not gonna lie. Did it the second time and pups were beautiful. Right, Brandy, you feel me? Like the science supports it, right? That you can do the breeding 3, 4, multiple times and you will never see the same combination. So when people talk about breeding to the dog one time, oh, that didn't match, maybe the genetics just didn't hit. Damn, we really should scientifically breed to that dog like 3 times, 4 times. Like if your bitch, you breed your bitch 3 times. How many of you would consider doing it to the exact same male 3 different times? Even if you got what you want, knowing how the genetic combinations work, there could be something better in this little pot that just didn't, come out of the gumbo the first time you did it or the second time. I don't know, just scientifically, I would just want to see as many expressions as I could. And I want to take notes on it. I want to revisit it in the future. I don't know, man. It just seemed like a big science project to me. Like more than just doing it and saying I got the dog. It's like, yeah, what else could I have gotten though? That's me. I feel like I'll be ostracized. But I'm gonna do it anyway. You'll see. I did a repeat. Both litters were different in their own way. You feel me? Imagine doing a 3P. Imagine doing a 3P. People will probably think you lost your mind. Here's another, right? Everybody says something different. I think repeats are better. Some people say never do a repeat. Well, I ain't never heard nobody talk about a 3P. I'll let y'all know how that go one day. I'm gonna do it. Not for y'all, not for me, just for the science of it. It's something there, bro. It's something there. We can't always do what somebody told us. Like, how long are we gonna do what somebody told us, bro? Yeah, you're right, right. Why are you reading excessively fast tonight? Let me find out you're already ready to get rid of us. Reading excessively fast. I didn't even notice I was doing that. I'm sorry. You're combining genetics, right? You're gonna be combining genetics, and you'll never see all of the combination. If you did that breeding 100 times, you probably will never have the same dog twice at all. Some of y'all mama out here that bred to y'all daddies 8 times and got 8 kids and don't none of y'all look alike. And she's still doing it. So I'm about to see what I'm gonna do with these dogs. Because scientifically speaking, we gotta do something different. Right? We can't always do what people told us to do. Yeah, that's what I'm saying. We gotta stop doing what people say to do, or what's been working for the last 60, 70, 80 years. Granted, a lot of that knowledge is based in some fundamental truth, but at the same time, we can still push the envelope, right? Have y'all ever heard about this experiment? It goes like, hold on, let me read this comment before I get lost. I think with bullies, because we're so limited on the number of breedings a female can actually do, that's why there's not as many repeats. Our Yorkies can have up to 6 litters. Right. You know what I mean? Like, I'm sure your bully can have 6 litters too, but then you get into ethics, what people think is ethically correct and breeder code or whatever, right? And anyways, I think people are so busy moving on to the next hot thing that there is no screen spinning like a motherfucker. Am I still alive? I think so.